Hi guys, today I'm going to do my January and February wrap up. So I'm just gonna get on with it. I didn't film separate videos for some reason, so I'm just gonna put them all together. So I started January off with Fall With Me by Becca Mack. I'm not sure if this is the last book in the Playing for Keeps series, but I'm finally caught up with it. I absolutely love this one. It's my second or third favorite. I'm not sure. I think it's tied in second place with Consider Me, the first one. But yeah, I gave this four stars. I really enjoyed the main male character, Jackson. Basically he's kind of like the brawler of the team, and he never sticks around in a team for too long. He always gets traded, so you see him go through that. Not sure if he's gonna stay in this hockey team. And you have his romance basically with someone who becomes the team photographer for this hockey team. Then I read Monarch. I gave this 3 stars. It's the second book in her duology. I forget what it's called, but it's Grimstone is the first one, and they're nice. The covers are nice. I like Sophie Lark's writing. It's really great. I just find that there was not enough going on in both of these. This one was actually better in my opinion, because at some point I wasn't sure if there was something paranormal going on with it or whatnot, but this one was really mid. I don't know, it's like there's something missing. However, her writing is very, very beautiful. I love Sophie Lark. It's just not my favorite. It was still entertaining, however. So it's still a good read. I put it at 3 stars. I kind of wish I would have read this during spooky time, like either September, October, because there is, in both of these, there is like some kind of a Halloween festival that takes place. So maybe is also not the right time, but honestly, I'm gonna stick with the 3-star rating because it was not that good. And also, please note, these are not dark romances. I saw people like saying that they're dark romance and then getting disappointed. They are not. They're just like kind of gothic romances, urban. You can tell from the covers are beautiful, but they're definitely not dark romance whatsoever. I saw a lot of people giving bad ratings because of that alone. It's not the case. It's really not. I read The Ministry of Time. I read this physically and through audio. This is about someone who works in like a government agency that works with people who have been brought back from the past, so time travel. So this book is not, it's not categorized in sci-fi. It's definitely not categorized in romance. It's just in general fiction if you look for it in my bookstore anyways, because it's kind of a mix of genres. And yeah, you just follow her journey with this person that she has to like kind of integrate into the modern world. If I remember correctly, he's some kind of pirate. And yeah, that's basically it. It's very good, and there's commentary in here also that some people might appreciate. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but it is very good. The cover also, like Kinui, oh my god, I love this cover. And can we have more like of these fun covers for fiction? Like, anyways, I really, really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4 stars. Then I read Keep Me by Sarah Kate. This is my first Sarah Kate book. I think a couple years ago I had started reading Praise on my Kindle, and it just wasn't for me. I stopped reading it. But yeah, this one I did enjoy. I really liked the cover. I think I picked this up when I was in New York during the holidays, and I like the cover. I had never seen it at my bookstore where I usually go, so I was like, why not? And I think it's a standalone. Like, I didn't see any other books from this. It says it's the Sinful Manor series, but I didn't see any other books from this. And it's basically this Scottish billionaire, and there's like a fake marriage trope for him to keep his inheritance. And the FMC is really you know, she speaks her mind and whatnot, and she's from New York, and she basically gets roped into this for money. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's a good time. I think I rated 3.5 at the time. I think I put 4 stars, but it's a 3.5. It's not so amazing that I would rate it a 4 star. So it's a 3.5. There was good mental health rep from the MMC side as well, which I really enjoyed. I read Spy Family, which is one of my favorites. Actually, it's my favorite manga series of all time so far. It's volume 13, and you basically, I'm not going to say what this specific volume is about because it's pointless and I don't want to spoil anything for people who have not read this. But if you're new to manga or you have never read it, this series is great because it's fun, it's cute, there's still some action. It's a made-up family for this mission that the spy has to complete. The spy is the father, and he needs some intelligence on some other government officials plans for their family, for their country, and they're basically fighting. But it's really awesome. You have the daughter is a telepath, so she knows everything that's going on. The wife is an assassin, and the husband doesn't know about it, but the little girl does. So she'll like insert herself in certain situations. It's absolutely hilarious. If you've never seen Anya, you need to, like, even if you want to watch the anime, it's awesome. Then I read Five Broken Blades by Kortland, and can we have a moment for this edition? I actually still haven't gotten the second one, but it's absolutely beautiful. There's prints on the inside. So this is like a found family, but they're all kind of unreliable type of situation. You have everyone's POVs, and they're all trying to get to the same person for different reasons. And there are alliances that form, but you can't really trust anybody. Even when you think you can trust someone, you can't. It's really good. I still haven't gotten the second book. I have to go get it, especially since they have the sprayed editions like on the first print. So I really enjoyed it. I don't know how many books this is gonna be. I'd have to check it out, but I really enjoyed it. And this author used Korean mythology, if I'm not mistaken, as an inspiration for some of the lore in the book. And for me, this was a 3.75 stars. It's not a full like 4 or 5 stars. It was still very fast paced. And the audiobook, if I remember correctly, has different narrators for each of the characters, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, 3.75. This series, I only have the first one physically, but it's a trilogy by none other than Rina Kent. This is the Monster Trilogy. I was gonna say something else, but that's her other series. This is the Monster Trilogy. It's basically like Russian mob in Russia and in New York, and you have like a trainer-trainee situation. And the FMC in this book, it's kind of like a Mulan situation where she's actually pretending to be a guy in the Russian army, and she's trying to get revenge on people who massacred her family. So you follow this character and the MMC's relationship and everything that goes on. This book is crazy. Well, the series, I binge read these 3 books within 4 days, and it was awesome. Like, it's like, I don't know what she puts in her books, but I read the 2 others on my Kindle. It is so good. Like, each book was 4 stars for me. That's how good it is. There was not one book that was like unnecessary or stretched out. It was pretty awesome. You don't know who to trust, I would avoid any like spoilers. Like, just go into it knowing that it's kind of like a Mulan situation, but making Russian mob. For January, I also read 2 books on my Kindle that I do not own physically. First, I have Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose. It's a cowboy romance. It's set mostly in the winter, which I really enjoyed because when I read it, it's just where I live. It's just snow on top of snow on top of snow. So I enjoyed the vibes. And it's 4.5 stars for me. I can't wait to read Braving the Storm, the second book. I'm going to read it in April. And we have a new release from her, the 3rd book, Taming the Heart. That's gonna come out this year as well, so I'm really intrigued. Super fast-paced. Yeah, it's like a forced proximity, if I remember correctly, and it's ex-boyfriend's dad. Yeah, it's kind of a birthday girl situation, and it's really good. And then after that I read, why can't I remember? Oh, I read Damaged Goods, which I do own physically, but basically that I have already mailed over to my friend Maja because we're doing a traveling annotation book thing this year with a couple of our friends. So I read that, annotated it, and then mailed it over to her. Actually, I also annotated another book that I'm going to talk about soon that I mailed off. But that's why I don't have it physically. But it was actually really good. It was my first book by L J Shen, and it's like it's a ballerina, and she's dealing with drug addiction, and she goes back home. And I guess, I don't know if it's not second chance, it's second chance with childhood friends. It's mostly second chance. It was really good. And check trigger warnings, but like if you have any issues with addiction, don't read it. But because that's what it really focuses on, and how the MMC is really helping her get through it. And he's like a college football superstar type of person, and he doesn't want to be playing football. And of course, like, these are also like, they're rich kids, and you know, you have all that going on. You have some people trying to create problems between them. And this is part of a 4-book series where you see like the parents' stories and the brothers and sisters' stories. I'm gonna put them up here if I can find them. I only read Damaged Goods. It was really good, but it was really like, it's not like a fun good time. Like, it's a dark romance, and I didn't think it was going to be. So I don't know if I'm gonna read the other books, but Damaged Goods is the last one. Oh, I think it's called the Angry God series. I'll put it up here. The next book that I read, I don't know why I'm holding up my Kindle. I didn't read it on my Kindle. I read it physically. I just don't have it with me now. But it is available on KU. It's I think the series is called the Hockey God series. I'm not sure. But the book is called Brutal Obsession. And this is it's a dark romance, but bully romance. I would say bully is the first thing. I knew that going into it. I wanted to read it to annotate it with my friend, and now I have mailed it over to her for her to annotate, just because there's so much drama. So it's kind of fun to send it back and forth and see what she thinks. So I can't wait to see what she thinks once she reads it. It is what it is. It's a bully romance. If you don't like bully romances, you're not gonna like this. I'm not a huge fan of bully romances, but the story was so awesome. So like, the story is really intriguing. It's entertaining, even though the book is a chunker. It's like over 600 pages, but you go through it so quickly because there's never a lull in the story. You just keep going and going, and there's twists here and there. Like, you just can't stop reading, honestly. I think I finished it within 2 days. It was really great. I think my rating's like a 3.5, but that's just because I'm not like in love with the book, because it is a bully romance. It's not my favorite. Oh my god, I almost dropped you. But if you like bully romances, I would assume this would be pretty high up. And that whole series, I'm definitely not reading the other books, but the whole series is like dark romance, bully romance. So there you have it. The last book that I read in January and kind of through February, beginning of February, this was The Favorites by Layne Fargo. This was one of my most anticipated releases for 2025. It came out in mid-January. You follow these pair of figure skaters, and you just follow them through their relationship and their competitions and everything. And it's so, like, if you like gossip and drama, you need to read this. And the format of the book, it's kind of like Daisy Jones and the Six, where it's a lot of interview style, because in the beginning of the book, what you see is that they're doing kind of like a documentary on this duo of skaters. Two poetry books that I read here. I'm not someone who rates poetry books because I'm not a connoisseur of poetry, and it's kind of like memoirs for me, where I'm not gonna rate someone's life story and how they perceive it. And poetry contains a lot of people's own, you know, stories and traumas and whatnot. So I don't want to rate that. The first one is Homebody by Rupi Kaur. It's the first poetry collection I read by her. It was really good. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna rate these, but there's like sections in the book. Some of them are, you know, more dark, and then you have some like revival and whatnot. It's really good. These editions are very nice. I got these at the hardcover sale. It's like a fabric paper. Anyways, it's really nice. It has deckled edges too. I don't know if it shows. Anyways, the edition looks nice. I really enjoyed it. So if I didn't, I would have unhauled it, but I really enjoyed this. And then I have Lana Del Rey's poetry book. I am a Lana Del Rey stan. I don't care if people, like, a lot of people don't like celebrity poetry, but and when you read it, it's literally, all I can tell, it's Lana Del Rey coded. That's it. Like, anyways, there's like nice pictures in there. It's really like retro looking. Like, there's some pictures in here that are just, and even the paper itself, I don't know how to I'm trying to figure out how to describe it, but you see like the type, it's like typewriter, and there's like these like retro looking pictures. I believe she wrote this on an actual typewriter, because some of the pages you can tell it's like copied in, or if she did edits to some of the longer poems, you'll see the edited version and then the final version, which she changed out, which is pretty cool to see. Like, you kind of see her thought process. So I'm biased. I love Lana Del Rey, so this might not be good to some people who actually know poetry. Next up, in February, I have Rook and Rebel, which is hilarious. If you liked Butcher and Blackbird, you would probably like this. It's like one of those dark rom-com books, or like Lights Out. You have a girl who's out with her boyfriend on a date one day, and he's kind of a douche, and then someone goes to rob them, and the boyfriend literally just, you know, leaves her to the robber and runs away. But then the robber's like, oh, what an idiot. And then they actually meet each other again. And you follow that, and there is like an actual plot in the book, so it's actually really interesting. There's gonna be, I don't know how many books, but I know there's gonna be more books, because the series, they named it the Maverick series, and the author Kate Crew, I don't know, I have to check if she said how many books it's gonna be, but I'm definitely gonna continue reading these. I got this one as a gift for Christmas from one of my bookish friends, so I really appreciate it. But it is available on KU, if I'm not mistaken, if you're in Canada. Anyways, last time I checked, it was still available. This is literally, I rated it 4 stars. I don't know why, but this is like a 5 stars. I can't stop thinking about it. This is a 5 stars. Again, I might reconsider reading Wild-Eliott, the first one, but at this point, I don't know. But I love this. I love Elsie Silver. She can do no wrong in my eyes. Maybe I will read the first one. And they're all on KU. They are all on KU. So even if you don't want to buy the physical book, if you're not sure, just give it a read on KU. If you have the subscription, maybe you'll like it. This book, I've been waiting for this book for so long, and it let me down. It did let me down because I was so hyped, but it's my fault. I was just too hyped for it. I really was waiting for Fion's book. Fion is the third brother that you follow in Scythe and Sparrow. The way he's like shown in the first 2 books, anyways, I don't want to explain it, but you were just waiting for his book, and his banter with Rose. Anyways, the book was like a whole lot of nothing. Like there's not that much plot going on. There was stuff going on, but you're not shown anything. Like this could have been literally either like a duology or a 500-page book if they would have added more of the plot, because there's actually interesting things going on. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it would have been better for me personally, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It would have been better if there was more plot, because there's some plot and the plot seemed interesting, and they don't show you, and they show you some spy scenes while they're like on their way to do something for the plot, and then the plot thing's like this long, and then there's another spy scene. Like I want to know what y'all did. Anyways, I don't want to spoil anything, but this is still like, it was still really enjoyable. It's my second favorite in the series. Leather and Lark for me was not it. I had to finish it through audio. Like the audio performers for this series are amazing. This guy even does like the Irish accent, like really, because it's said that he has the most pronounced Irish accent out of the three brothers. And yeah, like the narrator is really good, or voice actor, whatever you call them. I think they're narrators. Voice actors like for video games. No? Anyways, last but not least, what I read in February was Bourbon and Lies. This is amazing. And I'm gonna add this in here, but I'm halfway through it. Bourbon and Secrets. I'm not gonna count it though because I'm only halfway. I'll put this in my March wrap up. But these are so good. These are so good. Honestly, I kind of wish there was more of the thriller. Like it's like a romantic suspense type. Also the cover art. Come on, I don't know who the artist is, but it's really great. It's beautiful. I wish these are like romantic suspense. Like it's romance, but there's like thriller and there's stuff going on. And I wish there was more of the thriller aspect actually. Like this could have been longer. This could have been 700 pages and I would have ate it up. Like it is so good. It is so fast paced. This one so far, this one's really good too. So in Bourbon and Lies, you follow Grant and Lainey. She's like in witness protection and he's an ex-cop. He's not anymore. But she, you know, she's put on his property for protection and no one knows why. Like only one of the brothers knows why, and he knows something's up, something's fishy, so he kind of wants to find out like why she's there, if she's, you know, a danger to his family or whatnot, and you go from there. And then in this one you have Lincoln and Faye. Her name is Faye. She has another name in the book, that's why I was glitching. I didn't even read the back of these books. This was recommended to me by some friends. I did not even ask what it's about, and I bought them. So these 5 stars. This one is a 4-star, to be honest. 4.5. I put it at 4.5 on my Fable. Again, just I wanted more of the thriller aspect. But overall, like these are good. Like these, like I could not put it down. Anyways, that is all I read in January and February. Anyways, thank you for watching, especially if you've made it all the way to the end. Put maybe like an orange heart emoji. For some reason, like half the books I read have orange or oranges on them. So yeah, put an orange heart emoji if you've made it all the way to the end. And thanks for watching. Bye.